is another quiz time, and in this section, we'll be looking at some questions that are related to the radius. I've put up a lecture on the radius. If you've not checked out that lecture, please kindly go and do so before taking up this quiz. So ride on with me. Question we'll be looking at here reads that in anatomical position, the radius is located dash in the forearm. Is it located laterally? Is it said to be located inferiorly? Is it located medially? Or is it superiorly? The correct answer here as it relates to the position of the radius in the forearm region when lying in correct anatomical position is that the radius is located laterally. It is the ulna that is located medially, while the radius is seen to be positioned around the lateral region. And this is the correct answer. Now let's move to the second question, and this reads that which part of the radius provides the insertion point for the biceps brachii muscle? Is it the styloid process? Is it the radial tuberosity? Is it the listal tubercle? Or is it the head of the radius? The correct answer here as it relates to the point of insertion of the biceps brachii muscle on the radius is the radial tuberosity. Now let's go to the third question, and this reads that the tubercle of listal is on the dash surface of the radius. So what specific region is the listal tubercle located? Is it on the anterior surface? Is it on the posterior surface? Is it on the medial surface, or is it on the lateral surface? The correct answer here is the posterior surface. As a matter of fact, it is located at the posterior surface of the distal region of the radius. Hence, this is the correct answer. So now let's move to the fourth question, and this reads that a fracture of the distal radius often caused by falling on an outstretched hand is it the Boxer's fracture? Is it the Mortega fracture? Is it the Smith fracture, or is it the Coase fracture? The correct answer here is the Coase fracture. Coase fracture is a fracture of the distal region of the radius that occur when the hand is outstretched. Now let's move to the fifth question, and this reads that the head of the radius articulates with the dash of the humerus. Is it the trochlea of the humerus? Is it the capitulum? Is it the olecranon fossa? Or is it the coronoid fossa? The correct answer here as it relates to the structure or the region of the humerus that articulates with the head of the radius is the capitulum. The rounded pattern of the capitulum is what fits into the head of the radius, and this is what creates the humeroradial joint. Now let's move to the sixth question, and this reads that which movement is primarily allowed by the radius around the ulna? Is it flexion and extension? Is it adduction and abduction? Is it rotation? Or is it pronation and supination? The correct answer here is pronation and supination. These two bones are seen to exert this mode of movement around each other. Now let's move to the seventh question, and this reads that which surface of the radius provides insertion for the pronator quadratus? Is it the anterior lower surface? Is it the posterior lower surface? Is it the lateral surface, or is it the anterior upper surface? The correct answer here is the anterior lower surface. We already also highlighted this in our previous lecture on the muscular relations of the radius. You can go and check that lecture up to keep yourself updated. What ligament anchors the head of the radius to the corner? Is it the radial collateral ligament? Is it the annular ligament? Is it the ulnar collateral ligament, or is it none of the above? The correct answer here is annular ligament. The annular ligament is seen to fasten the head of the radius onto the ulna. Now let's go to the ninth question, and this reads that the pronator teres is related to the dash of the radius. Is it related to the lateral surface of the radius? Is it to the anterior surface? Is it to the posterior surface? Or is it to the inferior surface? The correct answer here as it relates to the sites of attachment or insertion of the pronator teres is the lateral surface. Now let's go to the 10th question, and this reads that the interosseous border of the radius is also the dash. Is it also the lateral border? It's also the medial border. It's also the posterior border or the anterior border. The correct answer here is the medial border. The interosseous border of the radius is also referred to as the medial border. And it can only be the medial border because it will be connected to the ulna that is located medially. Now let's go to the 11th question, and this is the last question. And this reads that the inferior surface of the radius articulates with dash. Is it seen to articulate with the tracheotomy and the lunate? Is it the scaphoid and the lunate? Is it the lunate and the pisiform? Or is it the trapezium and the scaphoid? The correct answer here is the scaphoid and the lunate. These two bones are seen to create articulation or connection with the inferior surface of the radius. Thanks for watching this video, and let's have your grades in the comment section.